Yeah, you've left the door open. Richard, it's times like these we feel lucky that we're so far ahead in our vaccine rollout.
Well, I assume you're saying that with irony, Karl, because we're not anywhere near ahead of the game in terms of our vaccine rollout. Can I just make the medical advice
Richard. Well
the medical advice is not that hotel quarantine is that hotel quarantine is the best way forward. I mean, yeah, it's played a role, but the advice from day one is that we need fit for purpose facilities, and hotels are definitely not that. We need to be getting the vaccine done, right? That's actually what's going on. That is the ultimate solution to this problem, and this government has been a shambles when it comes to the rollout of that. We are way behind the rest of the world. We're in danger of being left behind, and all you hear from the government is, "I've got plenty of time. This isn't a race. It doesn't matter how long it takes to do it." All of that is wrong. There is an imperative to vaccinate the population, and quickly.
Just on that, Pete, another 5 people have had dramas with the AstraZeneca vaccine. It's now 1 in 100,000 as a risk. If you don't think this is a proper worry for people and a dent for confidence, then you've got your head in the sand, haven't you?
Well, Karl, I just think people need to take the advice of the doctors. If you've got a medical condition, you go and see your GP, you take the advice of the doctor or the specialist. The best specialists in the country in this area are all at one. They are telling us to take the vaccine, and they are detailing, as we're seeing on our screens nightly, the deaths that are the reality of COVID that we see in our near region, overseas, in countries like the United Kingdom, the United States. That's the reality for people, particularly if you've got comorbidities, if you're overweight, if you're older, if you've got respiratory issues, etc. You have a very significant problem potentially if you contract COVID. So get the vaccine. That's been the very clear message from the doctors. And in the cases where people do have a side effect, well, the doctors and the health system will treat that, and we want those people to get well as quickly as possible. But that's the reality of any vaccine that we get each year, or indeed medications that people take, where there will be an adverse reaction. But the doctors really are at one in telling us to have the vaccine.
How long are you in quarantine for? Because it seems to me like every day that goes past, we're moving a day closer to going to war with China. Are you going to be able to fight this war from your bunker there in Brizzy?
I'm not in quarantine. I'm at the Eatanswill Hotel, one of the fine establishments in my electorate. We've got a meeting here today. There's a bar behind me, Karl. I'm not here from last night. Just
you've got all the essentials.
Because that's the. You're happy? So yeah, there's a good stock behind the bar there. No, so I'm here for a meeting this morning on some road funding announcements, etc. So no, I'm pretty good, and there is no war with China. Just to tail off your question. And yes, Richard, there was irony in that question.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to end on that happy note. I was going to talk to you about all manner of things related to barbecues, given this fella in Sydney has gone to 25 different barbecue outlets, and it seems to me the Women of Australia vis-a-vis E.G. Ali doesn't really comprehend why it takes a guy a long time to find a barbie. But we'll leave that for another...
It's an important piece of equipment.
I agree.
And we don't know whether he got it. Did he get the one he needed?
Apparently he got a $15,000 barbie, so he's a typical Eastern Suburbs fella.
I think it had like gold knobs or something.
What? Gold knobs?
Well, somebody cost that much money.
15 grand, he won't be welcome back home. I wouldn't be going to go back home with a $15,000 barbecue, I can tell you.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. See? I don't understand this one.